All right, so let's rotate these tires. All right, what is up, everybody out there in YouTube land? Welcome to another episode of Household Journeys. So today I'm going to be rotating my tires. A couple of things that I'm going to need is an impact wrench, or if you don't have one of these, you can use a ratchet, but an impact wrench makes the job go by a lot faster. Now, when you are putting the lug nuts back on, you do need a torque wrench, so that way you can torque it to the necessary specifications. And then you're also going to need a couple of jack stands as well as a floor jack to be able to hold up the vehicle in order to be able to remove the tires. So before you start jacking up the car, be sure that you are on a level, flat surface. I'm doing this in my garage. And always remember to put the parking brake on as well as the emergency brake on. So first thing that I want to do before lifting the car up is I actually want to loosen up the bolts. I'm not going to, or the lug nuts I should say, I'm not going to take them off. I just want to loosen them up, because if you try to loosen them up while the tire is elevated off the ground, your tire is just going to spin. So right now you want the weight of the car on the tire in order to loosen these up. And then as I loosen these up, I like to go into star pattern. Right, good. So I'm just going to keep them all finger tight until the tire is actually ready to be removed. And I'm going to go around and do this for all 4 tires. All right, so going underneath the vehicle, if you can see right here, there's kind of like this hook with these 2 dots. So this is the anchor point for the front part of my vehicle. So I'm going to go ahead and take my floor jack here. I'm going to line that up, that over just a little bit. Okay, that looks good right there. All right, so now that all the bolts are loosened on the tires, I'm going to go ahead and start jacking up the car. Okay, so at this point you can see that the front tires are off the ground now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put my jack stand underneath the jack point right here behind the front set of tires. So if you can see these 2 notches right here, my jack will sit right in between those. Now I'm going to do that for all 4 corners of my vehicle. Now for the back part of my car, I'm going to go underneath, and you guys see this hook right here? This is the anchor point for the back of the vehicle. So I'm going to line this up. There. Okay. Now I'm going to jack up the back 2 tires off of the ground. And now as you can see, there's a gap beneath all 4 tires. You can see all 4 jack stands are holding up the car. So now I can go ahead and remove the actual lug nuts here and then take the tires out. In the orientation that I removed the lug nuts, I try to keep the lug nuts, try to put them back in the same orientation. So for example, this is the top one. This was the top lug nut. So when I change my tires, I'm going to want to put this one back into the same spot. Now, see how my tire came off pretty easily? Sometimes your tires sometimes the tire might get a little stuck on there. So all you really got to do is just give it a good solid kick and it should just dislodge. So the front set of tires are pretty basic. I'm just going to move these straight back. But the back tires are going to come forward and they're going to go in a cross pattern. So I'll put a diagram of what that looks like. Okay, so just bring this out. And I'm going to go ahead and roll it down to the rear. Okay, repeat on this side. So my car's been cool for a while, so I can actually touch the rotors and they're cool to touch. But if you're trying to do this after you've been driving, these are going to be pretty hot. So I recommend to let your car sit and cool off for a little bit before rotating your tires. On a side note, as you're doing this, this is a good time to check your rotors. So if your rotors feel smooth to the touch, that means that they're pretty good still. But if you start feeling grooves, if you start feeling a little bit of bumpiness, that means that your rotors are starting to kind of wear. So you could either get them resurfaced or just swap them out for a new set. Also, this is another good time to check your brake pads. So if you look at this chunk right here in the middle, okay, between this metal piece and the rotor, this dirtier spot right here, that's the pad. So that still looks pretty thick there. So this brake pad is still in pretty good shape. I replaced it not too long ago. But if you see it start getting really thin, that's when you'll want to change your brake pads as well. Now, being that this is the rear tire, it's not going to go straight forward. You can do that if you want, but I like to go in a cross pattern because that way all the tires get to be on each corner of the vehicle at some point in time. So that creates the most even wear on your tires. So this one's being that this one is on the back driver side, I'm going to move it to the front passenger side. All right, repeat one last time. Okay, so now this tire right here was the front passenger tire. Now I'm going to put it here on the rear. So to do that, just be sure that you orientate the holes with the screws here. Okay, push that in. I'm just going to get some of these started here. So now I'm just going to go ahead and tighten these up just enough to where the wheel sits nice and flush and it doesn't wobble around anymore. I'm not going to torque it down until I've lowered the car back down to the floor. Okay, it's pretty good right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and go to the front. Now I'm going to repeat the process. Okay, looks good. Now repeat on the other side. All right, so now that the vehicle is back on the ground and the tires are making full contact with the ground, I can go ahead and torque the lug nuts to the torque specifications. Now for my vehicle, it's 2014 Honda Accord. So these lug nuts have a torque spec of 80 foot-pounds. So here I have my torque wrench. Now I am using an extension simply because it gives more clearance for my hands. Now without an extension, you can still do this, but notice how my fingers are like right next to the tire. So I don't have a lot of space. So that's the purpose of the extension here. All right, so in doing this, again, you want to go clockwise. So right now, actually, I want to flip around and go this way. So if I'm currently at 3 o'clock, I want to push down towards 6 o'clock. Okay, I heard the click, so that one's good. Now I'm going to go around in a star pattern again. Okay, good. Okay, good. All right, one more. All right, there we go. So that is good to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and repeat this for all the other tires. All right, so I just finished torquing all the lug nuts. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check tire pressure. So if you go to your car, right here on the driver's side, there's a sticker and it tells you the PSI for your tires. So front tires, 33 PSI, rear tires, 32 PSI. Now, it's important to do this step because since you just rotated your tires, you're not going to have the same amount of air in the tires. So you have to put in some air into your tires in order to get them to match the car specifications. So I have my own tire pump here, but if you don't have one, you can just go to a gas station and you can pump up your tires there. Okay, so I have it set. Now I'm just going to go ahead and get it started. Okay, there you go, pretty simple. I'm going to do the same thing for the other front tire, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the pair in the back afterwards. All right, so the tires are all in place. The lug nuts have all been torqued to specs. I have the accurate air pressure for the front and rear tires. Now the last thing you can do is just go for a test drive. A couple of things when it comes to doing a test drive is that you might experience a slight bit of drifting. So what happens is that the roads have a little bit of a bevel where the middle of the road is a little bit higher than the two ends. The reason streets are made like that is because of rainfall. So that way when it rains, the water can go to the sides of the road and it doesn't puddle up in the middle. So naturally, just because of the way the streets are curved, your car's going to want to drift to the right slightly. Now, if your car is drifting towards the middle of the road, that means that you have an imbalance somewhere. So what I would recommend is swap 2 sets of tires at a time. So for example, the front left tire, swap it with the front right tire, or possibly even the back right tire, swap it with the back left tire. And test that to see if that takes care of your drifting problem. Now, if it doesn't, chances are you might have an alignment issue. So go to an auto shop and have them do an alignment for you. Hopefully that should be it right there. But if not, if you still experience a slight bit of drifting, just keep in mind that tires don't all wear the same around a vehicle. Each tire experience is a little bit different of wear because the loads just aren't evenly distributed throughout a car. So if it's very minor, just give it a couple of days and it should kind of resolve itself once you start wearing the tires into their new positions. All right, so as you can see right now, I have my hand hovering over the steering wheel and the car naturally wants to go to the right. And again, that's because just of how the road is sloped. But it needs very little readjustment in order to start going straight. And then it just kind of drifts off to the right a little bit. And that's kind of what you want. That means that's a good sign right there. Okay, so right now I'm gonna go a little bit more towards the center of the road. And it's going pretty straight. So that means that my the alignment here is looking pretty good. All right, so there you guys go. That's how to rotate your tires. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. This has been Household Journeys. Take care, people.